Hello everyone, this is Vunvun here. Hope you all are in happy mood. I certainly am, cause today we are gonna discuss about a very interesting character from this series. And as you may have read in the title and thumbnail, here I am referring to Dr. Vegapunk. Now, there are many interesting characters in this series, but what makes Vegapunk different from them? Well, let's start with his introduction. Vegapunk was introduced as a scientist whose knowledge is 500 years ahead of the other scientists of this time. So this is quite the different introduction for a character in a series where most of the other characters are introduced based on their power levels. You may take examples for the admirals or dragon himself. All these characters, or well, we have the example of Kaido, who jumped off a 10,000 high sky island just to show that he is very powerful and have a mild headache after that. So well, most of the characters now, as you may have realized, that are introduced on the base of their strength. But well, Dr. Vegapunk is different. He was introduced as a scientist whose knowledge is far ahead of this time. So that was rather a unique introduction for him. And here I am gonna discuss about what potential secrets Vegapunk might be hiding. Now, before you click off this video, I wanna mention that this is not something like Vegapunk is secretly a member of the Revolutionary Army. There are a whole lot of videos over the internet on that, but no, this is not that. This is something different, a pattern which I observed after reading chapter 989 of One Piece. So, if you are interested, do check out the complete video. Let us start with his early life. Now, Vegapunk was living on an island, the Karakuri Islands, and well, interestingly enough, the country he was born in was named the future country Baltimore. So that's quite the interesting name Oda chose. Even as a child, Vegapunk was very smart. He was the genius and he helped others using his knowledge, but well, he lacked on resources and money, so he could not help them with everything he could. If he had the resources, he tried to make the heating system for them because well, they were living on a winter island. So he tried to help them as best as he could, but well, the lack of resources stopped him from doing everything in his powers. So getting ahead, he was at some point started working with the Windsmoke Judge, the father of Sanji, and well, the leader of the Germa, and they worked on the lineage factor together. Now, world government caught wind of that and they decided to stop this operation because well, it is very dangerous. As you know, that judge has now built up his army of robot soldier, and well, they are totally under his control. They can even die for him at just one command. So well, the government was right, but Judge still continued with the experiments and he was successful in creating an army of that. But Vegapunk was arrested. But well, government was not just gonna let this opportunity let go. So the world government decided to employ him in their ranks and make them the leader of their research and development department. And Vegapunk also started to work with them because well, as I mentioned earlier in this video, Vegapunk was living on an island, but he did not have many resources, so he could not do all the experiments, he could not create all the things he wanted. But now, as he's working for the world government being the largest organization in the world, has all the resources he could ever need. So well, he started working for them for that very purpose, and he assisted world government in doing many things, such as he uncovered many secrets regarding the devil fruits and also discovered that sea stone could counteract the effects of devil fruit. So well, he helped the world government initially, but well, you soon understand why I said the word initially with that focus. As time went on, Vegapunk was well, assigned many other experiments by the world government, specifically celestial dragons. They asked Vegapunk to create different things for them because well, Vegapunk, as I mentioned many times, he's very smart. So Vegapunk started working on those experiments, and here mainly I am going to discuss about the experiments which are quite much focused on in the story. One of them being the dragons he created on Punk Hazard. Another of it being the ancient giants, the numbers which are on Kaido's crew. So we will look into these experiments one by one, and maybe you will also realize the pattern which I observed. So let's get started with these experiments, which we first were introduced the dragons. Now, when the Straw Hats first visited Punk Hazard, they encountered a big red dragon, and well, the dragon was big in size, no doubt about that. But well, he was not that very strong because Zoro was able to cut him with a single blow. Now you may bring up that he is Zoro, he is very powerful, but not I am not that saying that that dragon was not at all powerful. He was not completely fragile, but well, since Zoro was able to cut him very easily, he was no big deal. But then the Straw Hats also encountered another dragon, a green dragon, which was quite smaller, significantly smaller, I must say, but was much powerful than the red dragon. So it and Law also pointed out that the world government has been trying to create dragons for quite some time now, because well, for one, the insignia of the world government is a hope of the celestial dragons, so it makes sense for them to create dragons, for them to freely allow flight, because in a series where most of the enemies of the world government are pirates and they sail on the seas, so it'd be really helpful for the world government if they had some flying creature who could just blow away their ships with fire. So it makes sense that world government asked Vegapunk to create dragons for them. But now, getting towards the next experiment, and Law also mentioned that the world government has been trying to revive the ancient giant clan, and well, they have been experimenting on it for quite some time now. And in the chapter 989, Big Mom mentioned that how Kaido bought off the numbers in his ranks from Punk Hazard, and we know that Vegapunk was working on Punk Hazard for quite some time until well, Caesar blew up the labs on Punk Hazard. Well, that's different, but Kaido bought them at some point, and it was said that the numbers are failed experiments in reviving the ancient giants. So now we have two experiments from Vegapunk, one being the dragons, which were a failed experiment, and now we have the ancient giants, which were also a failed experiment. And finally, getting to the third big experiment which we are aware of are the Smile Devil fruits. When the Straw Hats visited Punk Hazard, they came across a substance called the SAD, which Dr. Vegapunk invented himself or created, whatever you would like to call it. And he admitted for the world government that well, SADs are not complete. He is not able to completely artificially create small devil fruit, the artificial devil fruits. So Vegapunk also dropped that experiment, and it is also considered a failed experiment of his. But well, Caesar continued to mass produce SAD, and now we have Kaido's crew, which is filled with Smile Devil fruit users. So well, it was not a complete failure, but not that successful, not 100% successful. So it is just the third project which was dropped by Vegapunk because he could not complete it. Now, if you may have observed the pattern which I was talking about, these are the three big experiments which we are aware of Dr. Vegapunk, and all of them are failed experiments. So what I'm getting here at is maybe Vegapunk actually completed these experiments and he has the results. He has completed the experiments for creating dragons, for creating the ancient giants, and also artificial devil fruits, but he is hiding all these results from the world government. Now you may bring up the other experiments such as the pacifistas, or coating the ships for the marines with the sea stone, so that world government has more free reign over the world. They can more easily sail to all the different parts of the world. But well, the sea stone coating towards the marine ships were done much earlier. They were quite the first experiments of Vegapunk which he established. So at that time, maybe he did not know about the corruption in world government, and he decided that okay, I'll seriously work for them, well, because they granted him all the resources and he thought that marines are righteous. But after quite some time, he may have been aware of all the corruption in world government and then decided to not complete their projects in such a way, but it not completely drop them, but not completely complete those projects, so that the world government may continue trusting him. But he did not give them any major results. And as far as pacifistas are concerned, they are artificial machines, and well, Vegapunk can control the machines anytime. He may be like, ah ha ha, behold my remote controller. I can control any machine. I can control all the pacifistas. Or maybe sometime may come when he is like, it's time for Kuma to come back and control all the pacifistas. So well, you cannot completely say that a machine is just under control for the world government, but ancient giants and dragons are different, and also the smile devil fruits, because well, for one, ancient giants and dragons can be tamed by the world government. They have very strong uh, contenders in their ranks, like the admirals and all, who can easily tame them, and the production of artificial devil fruits will not be stopped. Once the world government get their hands on it, they will try to mass produce them and give them to all the people who can support world government. So well, Vegapunk may have been hiding all these secrets, and some time may come when, if he is not yet working with revolutionary army, in the future he may make contact with dragon, and he may be like, okay, all right, I was hiding these results from the world government because I did not want them to get their hands on the dragons and ancient giants, but well, here these are, you can keep them safe, so that in the future, if you may ever need to revive them, you can. But well, we know dragon might not do something like that, but he may also need to do something like that, because well, the celestial dragons are on a palace which is 10,000 high from the sea level. They are in Marijuas in the Pangaea castle. So dragon may also be like, okay, let's revive some dragons and fly off to Marijuas, which would be very cool. Not gonna lie about that. So this is just something, a pattern I observed, because Vegapunk, who's said to be very intelligent, has many failed experiments in his records, and that's not something very reassuring for a scientist who's this smart. So well, this is just a small theory I had regarding Vegapunk, and this may also connect with the fact that Vegapunk is actually secretly working for the revolutionary army. So keep an eye out for Vegapunk. Now that was it everybody for this one. If you enjoyed, do hit like, comment, and to be updated on future videos, subscribe and ring that notification bell. Also, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Discord, Patreon. The links are all in the description below and in the about section for the page. Have a good day or night everybody, for whichever time zone you are in. Signing out.